What's up?
Good evening. I'm Alfonso Z and so and sitting in here for the Liberal Progressive. Tonight is the night. Let's welcome my man is calling the rescue number 3. Another chief of Tabata, Clarence Davis, is in the house. Fatu is here. Good evening, Fatu. Good to have you as well. Kofa, Sonyadi Kofa is here. Phoebe Gigo is in the house. Momo G Vasily is here. Please, if I mispronounce your name, just pardon me, okay? But we want to welcome you. This is the LPR, and tonight is the night. Sitting in for the Liberal, it means it is a night of Tabatat. President Boyka all the way. What does he Welcome to the show. This is LPR. Good evening, good evening, good evening. Folks, we want to welcome you. I am Alfonso Zienso from the New England Bureau Desk of the Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv. We want to say good evening, good morning, good afternoon, depending on your locations, wherever you are. We say thank you for joining us here. Just bear in mind, today is the day we're sitting in here for the Liberal Progressive of the Liberia Public Radio. That is Samson Brown Toe. And as you may note, the Liberal Progressive, we are in sympathy with him, but we must continue what he loves doing. For those of you that was here with us yesterday, the Liberal Progressive son passed away, and so he having this time to focus to do what he's supposed to do as a father. And we do understand it's a tough one, but our prayers and thought goes out to him, and so we are in prayer. But you know him when he here on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays is a night of Tabata. So let's see whether that sort of Tabata will take place here this evening while we are in prayer with him for spiritual. Should I say, not really speedy recovery, but he has to going through the process, and we all understand you as a mother, you as a father, to lose your child or your son or daughter, that is huge. Someone almost 40 or plus, so he's a full grown-up man, and so that is the situation. We were told the body, the remains has been deposited in the mortuary. His body was removed today from the JFK Medical Facility. And so we will keep praying with the Liberal. Those of you that have your number, you can also reach out to him and just express to give that sort of support to him. It's tough. We always try to keep that we by talking to him, but it's a difficult process. Let me see what I have the picture here of the deceased here. Let me see for those who have not seen it. But if this is your first time here on LPR, we say you are wholeheartedly welcome. This is the Diaspora Informative News Outlet, Liberia Public Radio, Lpr-Tv. Yeah, that's the gentleman there, the late Sabah Samson Toe, young man who his father was doing everything possible to get things going, responded when the time needed, but all of a sudden in less than 72 hours, we still try to process what happened, how it's a tough one. So, but we say Liberal, we say take heart. We are in prayer with you for this loss. And this is something that you're going to live with for the rest of the time. So let me see here. But so we are here tonight. We'll try to see some of the Tabata. When he hear all what he says, all what you hear from him is Dr. Boyka, Joseph Boyka, Joseph Boyka. What I is done the wrong way. That's who he is. Is Joseph Boyka, Joseph Boyka. So tonight, I believe they are rescued number 3 or 4. Clarence David, you're gonna have a great time here tonight because the president is doing great. CDC not coming back. No way. The CDC, with the weekend what we experience with them, they are not coming back. They are not going to come closer to that office. No need. Dr. Boyka is doing good. The roads, electricity, construction, people are being held accountable. They are suspending people. But we will get there. We'll get there. Obviously, we're going to get there. So we say good evening, welcome. And Keto, I believe the link is out there just in case you have the time. So you can say they didn't come to him, the link, but I sent it out there to all of the analysts. But so we're going to have a conversation here. But all we know, we get another 6 years to come. Whether Waiton Keto or whoever the like is, CDC not coming back. They're not coming back. We had a taste of them, and it was a nightmare. So they're not coming back. It is our time. And I learned the phone or the film did not form their own channel, right? Action Network TV, whatever it is. You can phone Scar Network TV. You're not coming back. No way. You're not coming back. No room for you again. You're not coming back. Asafula, you're not coming back. The 6 year we have with you guys and Dr. Boyka doing all he doing today, and you think CDC going to come by? The 1%, Mr. 1% said he not even, unless he go on Dr. Boyka when Kun not going. If Kun going and Dr. Boyka not going, 1% got to go on a Kun. That's the only way. They're not coming back. That's the game plan. That's the game plan. We are in charge. And when we are in charge, we are in charge. We want to welcome you in today's edition. Conversations with the liberal progressive, Samson Brown Toe. So, yeah, see, look at him, Clarence. Now, all he like. When you're talking that kind of thing, I know you miss your man Tabata, that all he like, but you know, we got to keep his spirit going. It's tough. We got to keep it going. But folks, we want to welcome you. I am Afonso Z, and so the line will be activated, and we're going to have a national conversations about Liberia, about other countries, things that are happening. I hope you had a very beautiful weekend, good working day, and I learned most of you took pay this going weekend. If not last weekend, the coming weekend, I'm sure most of you taking pay. So if anybody have extra change you want to do a golly, go lay hand on your heart, you want to give a free will offering, you can do it. I had a dream say I should tell there are a lot of people who want to give a free will offering. So do it here, and trust me, it will be multiplied. Your credit will be, it will bump up, and everything gonna be good. So let's have a conversation here. Good to have you here. God with me is here. Zese is here. We say thank you so much. And amen. Tizia is in the house. We say we want to welcome all of you. Tia Momo is here as well. Stan Israel is in the house. We say good evening, wherever you are. Watching Days is the Diaspora Informative News Magazine, Liberia Public Radio and Lpr-Tv, sitting in for the liberal progressive Samson Brown-Toe. Let's take a quick commercial break and I will be right back.
Hey you, it's time to pack your bags. The world is calling. From the skies above to every corner of the map, explore all 7 continents with journeys designed especially for Europe and Africa. Whether it's a cruise, an all-inclusive resort, a hotel, car rental, theme park getaway, or the perfect excursion, Ayana's Dream Escapes brings the world within reach. Adventures start here. Don't just dream, escape Book now, visit our site, scan the QR code, or just call today.
Call today. That is, you want to make your reservations, whatever you want to go, call. If you have your business, you have something you want to showcase, you have an event coming out, and you need some promotion, you need to showcase your business or whatever, or you want to carry that memorable event to the extent that it will go explosive. The network to trust to deal with is Liberia Public Radio. We are here in the USA, in Liberia, and in La Cote d'Ivoire as well. So just let us know when there's no way we can figure out something. If you have a special story, special narrative that you want to share, don't hesitate to let us know here, and this is what we're going to do. Oh yeah, absolutely, Clarence. We're not going back to Egypt. When Wilton Keto, Aaron Pople, Prince Sharif, and all the other folks, when they want to go back to Egypt, Alonzi, let them go. But we're not going back to Egypt. We have turned our back. Our experiences that we had in Egypt was just so, it was horrible. So there's no way that we want to go back to Egypt. Not at all. Let them go, and we will be here. If they find it good there, well, they can stay there. They can have a new home. But we're not going back. Dr. Boycott is doing what he's supposed to do to keep the country stable and stabilized. So they're seeing it, they know it. So Liberians are going to buy into that. So they shouldn't even waste their time. Don't even hear your breath here this evening, Clarence. Let Keto and his group, let them go. The Wiashin, the Diashin, and where it needs Joashins and all of that, let them go. But we are here and we'll continue to have this conversation here. We're going to be discussing a wide range of issues. And like I said, we're going to put this number out here to activate so that you will form part of that. You saw the protest. It appears from what we are hearing, the superintendent of Grangeda County is in the serious double trouble as a result of that crazy deal. I don't understand, but not a surprise to me because we had this conversation over 6 years. We had a concern to reservations as to how this thing were creeping to the security potential. We just received late this evening a fresh video how our beaches has been infested with Burkinabes. It is unbelievable, and I hope the governments of the Republic of Liberia will take heed to this because it's national security. We are not against people coming in our country, but when they come in our country, they must be in the city, they must be in the town, they must be in the village, or they can't go and establish different homes by themselves. And we now know exactly what they are doing in those bushes. That is dangerous. We know who they are. And so that raised a concern. We received 2 new videos this evening, how these people are living and what is happening in my own district, in my own corridor with that of the Liberal Progressive. As the result, the land authority, they have taken the decisions of declaring no involved, that illegal over 500 acres of land given to the Burkinabe for whatever investment on the canopy of to create job or ECOWAS solidarity. It's crazy. It doesn't make no sense. We also did the conference, they dismiss Minister of Lands and Mines farewell speech. Why would you be giving farewell speech to that? When they dismiss you, you don't talk plenty. Just pack your bag and go. Simple, and just be gracious to the president. Because the more you talk, you will potentially indict yourself. I am Keto, whatever you say, I am the new liberal. I am here sitting in for the liberal, and the ideologies of the liberal must be perfect. So CDC, CWC, you're not coming back. You're not coming back. You're bad for that country. We hire experience. No way. You want to be president now? Be president for the Republic of Grand Coup, not the Republic of Liberia. So, Women Pay is speaking. But the student unions on the canopy of the university student unions and other student groups with Grand Unit Association, GUSA, today presented a position statement and frown. And I call him, if not the dismissal, removal, but denounce the actions of Superintendent Ellis Chesia Green. This is how it unfolded courtesy of media institutions in Liberia. But in the meanwhile, we are getting some other breaking news coming from neighboring La Côte d'Ivoire through our Africa Bureau Chief base in Abidjan, Bentembe, is breaking some information here this evening here. So tonight, Esther, I'm not sure whether we're going to be on the same page here, but tonight is the Liberal night. We are in solidarity with the Liberal. The only way Komen can be president is to go on Dr. Bwaka. CDC not coming by. BDT Safulai, no way. He will be president for Lpr-Tv, but not Liberia. So this is what happens today in the nation's capital of the Republic of Liberia when students of GUSA frown on Superintendent Ellis Chesia Green, and a position statement was presented at on Capitol Hill today around Executive Mansion, where the call on the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs delivering the special speech. In turn, the minister asked the Internal Affairs Minister to proxy his affair. Let's watch what happens today. Let's see here. That's not A here. That means, okay, this is here, and I'm going to come to this here.
Just as who used to be from Lpr-Tv County.
Why we can have a conversation? Yes. Why we can have a conversation? If you're the leader, you don't have control. You have control. You cannot have a conversation. Why are you carrying me? Let's keep quiet. Let him go. Keep quiet as we listen to the NMP for redress. First of all, that can be also. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. We're not listening to you. No, first you didn't listen to me. If we're not listening to you, okay. It means that we are law-abiding citizens of the public property. So the act of coming to the Palestinian era and beating on one the man, how do you expect all the region when you beating on him? So if we say release the man will come to the Palestinian era, what is the big issue about it? I will make the determination. You You can't demand me to release it. You can't demand me to release it. There's something if you want to cooperate with me, if you demand right now, if there's one reason you got here, if you want to get
Thank you very much. While we await the release of one of our police, we are going to detail why we are here today. We are here today to petition the President of the Republic of Nigeria, His Excellency Ambassador Joseph Yuma. We officially wrote communication all over to the requisite authority that should grant us the permit to come in the street. We did that. We wrote Internal Affairs, where the grain is coming from. We wrote Justice. We wrote everybody. Even the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs was also written. We have communicated with the possession for our institution. So we are here today as peaceful citizens to petition our President of the Republic of Nigeria for the misbehavior, for the misappropriation, for the illegal activities that brain is carrying on in our county. So we are here today with our petition, and that is where we are going to deliver it and give it to the Minister of State, and then this voice from here. So that's the reason we are here. And it's very peaceful, as you can see. Very
Luther!
We are the lawmaker. So what we did, we still copy our this is what we'll do, right?
Based on your attitude, if you are ready to cooperate, I can assure you, your people, we are not going to cross the line. We're waiting patiently, and we hope and pray.
So now they have listened to the police. Very civil.
Okay, there you have it. Bear with us yet quickly here. So that was what happens today in the nation capital of Liberia, to Monrovia, and Capitol Hill, when students of the University Students Association GUSAT of Grangeda County presented a position statement to the government through the Ministry of State, Internal Affairs, and relevant agency, asking the president for the removal of Superintendent Ellis Chesiadre. Remember, recently, turning over 500 acres of land to the Burkinabes. We've got a fresh video as well of how these people, they occupy the butchers, not even living in the town. And like I said, we had this conversation years back. 6 years ago, we had an interview with the superintendent and other stakeholders with respect to the influx of Burkinabes coming into Liberia. What is concerning, they did not go through the real protocol. And the people, inhabitants, people in the town, they are also responsible. They brought these people, they were bringing them as people who will do a less labor, but now they are heavily infested into our bushes. The superintendent is currently in Monrovia. Now the tension is not just only in Monrovia, but in Zulu Whiskey Grange itself, that they are asking, they no longer enjoys the confidence and trust of the superintendent. And we all know when the superintendent was appointed, the drama that was created, the tensions, citizens said they never wanted him for so many variety of reasons. Now, somehow, some way to back these students' argument, land authority, those that were involved in this deal, including the county attorney and the land authority officials, some have been dismissed. And according to the leader, they will be turned over to the Ministry of Justice, LSCC, for prosecutions. This is quite fascinating. Let's watch this video in a major press conference in the nation's capital of Monrovia.
Joe Williams, and also the Executive Director of the Liberia Authority, our standing in court, let me say welcome. And to the members of the 4 estates, we want to say welcome to the Liberia Land Authority Multi-Purpose Conference Room. Today, the chairperson of the Liberia Land Authority, in person of Honorable Samuel F. Bakio, will address the media on key issues happening in the Liberia Land Authority. Recently heard about the development Grand Saka in Grand County. He will respond to that in a press statement today. And he will also talk about some 4 employees that have been displaced from the Liberia Land Authority based on administrative investigation. And thereafter, he will take questions. The commissioners and the executive directors are available. The technicians will be here. They will answer to some of your questions, and we'll let you say welcome. Our chair, so what do you press? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Good morning to all, fellow commissioners and staff of the Liberia Land Authority, members of the 4th Estate, police and public service, distinguished fellow citizens. The management of the Liberia Land Authority, which is to inform the general public that with immediate effect and through the assistance of the Ministry of Justice, it has revoked a development grantee previously issued to the Grand Jide County local government for land located in the Bao Administrative District, Grand Jide County. This decision follows the discovery that the superintendent of Grand Jide County acted unilaterally and without the necessary authorizations entered into a lease agreement with the National of Burkina Faso for 500 acres of land in the Bao Administrative Districts. Since such actions constitute a clear violation of Article 49 of the Land Rights Act of 2018, which governs the sale, lease, and transfer of customary land. Further investigation revealed that both the superintendent and the county administrator of Grand Jide misled the management of the Liberia Land Authority during the issuance and signing of the said deed, thereby bypassing established procedures and guidelines required for granting a development grantee. It is important to note that the land in question is customary land, collectively owned by the residents of Jazon Town, Bao Administrative District. As such, it is It is protected under Article 32 of the Land Rights Act of 2018, which recognizes customary ownership based on traditional norms, long-term occupancy, and communal use. In view of these findings, the Liberia Land Authority has, with immediate effect, suspended Mr. P. Freeman, Grand Jide County Land Administrator, and Mr. David N. Tubasi, Grand Jide County Land Disputes Officer, indefinitely pending the outcome of the full-scale investigation into the alleged roles in misleading the authority during the processing of the land deed. In a related development, following a comprehensive administrative investigation and in accordance with Chapter 4.2.3 of the Standing Orders of the Civil Service Agency of the Republic of Liberia, the management of the Liberia Land Authority dismissed 4 employees from its services. The dismissals are based on the finding of misapplication, misconduct, insubordination, and administrative malpractices, all of which constitute serious violation of the civil service rules, professional ethics, and internal policies governing public servants and Liberia Land Authority internal policy. The affected employees are Mr. Paul A. Talbot, Assistant Director, Alternative Dispute Resolution Division, Mr. James Perkins, Case Investigator, Alternative Dispute Resolution Division, Mr. Ellen O. Cooper, Database Officer, Alternative Dispute Resolution Division, and Mr. Steve Kennedy, Assistant Director of Public Land Vetting Division. Effective Friday, October 31st, 2025, the individuals named above are hereby separated from the employ of the Liberia Land Authority. They are further directed to immediately surrender all Liberia Land Authority properties, including equipment, documents, and other materials, to the Authority Human Resource Division. Accordingly, the 4 employees will be forwarded to the Ministry of Justice and the Liberia Anti-Corruption Agency for prosecution. The general public is strongly advised not to do any business with these individuals. Doing so will be at their own risk. These actions collectively reaffirm the Liberia Land Authority unwavering commitment to integrity, transparency, and accountability in the executions of its statutory mandate. The management assures the public that due process was fully observed throughout all administrative and disciplinary proceedings in strict compliance with the labor law.
There you have it there. There's officials at the Land Authority decision with respect to what is unfolding in Grand Jide County. So if you witness the actions of the student and that of the Land Authority is being validated, and you heard him the citizens, there was wronged, they were deceived, whether they did their own diligence, that's one question. And you even where you have the county attorney who was way in Buchanan, apparently emergency call was placed and he has to run to Grand Jide County, signing something that he doesn't understand, he didn't read it, and whatever it is, but maybe perhaps on purpose, whatever the situation, because I don't know how can you just sign something without you even going through it. It just doesn't add up. That's the dumbest thing that I ever seen. So he had himself to be blamed. They just bring people. It reminds me about a guy who literally less than 12 hours to enjoy all of his benefit. But people, he was noted in his corporation of anybody handing anything over to the, oh, we need your signature, chief. He will not even take time to read it to know why it is. They just give him the photo and then just bang your head down a bit of good and just sign and give it. So people knew him of doing things like that. So they deliberately decided to write a letter of resignation on his behalf. When you have only less than 12 hours to enjoy all of his benefits and retirement. But because he was so obsessed with just signing paper, the hanging file, and just sign and hand it over, so they did a letter of resignation. That blah 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 blah, so I resign, I don't need anything against, I'm okay, I'm fine. And they put that photo before him, and this idiot went and just signed that, not knowing his letter said immediate effect, he was not coming back, and to go show out. So management called him. But what are you doing here? You signed yesterday that you are leaving, you're tired. The Tabata is on tonight. Tonight is the liberals. The CDP people, they're not coming back. Error there, they're not coming back to that country. So that they all created this problem here. Dr. Boyka is doing everything he is facing it. So tonight is the liberal night, is Tabata night. Rescue 2 Clarion will call in here and we'll have a conversation. So this guy who is the Anthony of the district Anthony of the county left from way Grand Bassa County upon the call by the superintendent, you need to come. You know, that's something inside. As soon as they hear money named there, everybody blood vessels and everything pumping and hair string all moving. He went inside without, according to him, without he reading it. How stupid that is. You with a liquor mind, they're talking about land and talking about things that causes problem worldwide. Can't you see the war, what is going on in Gaza today, the Palestinians, the Israelis, and all of those kind of things? It's all about the piece of land. You should even be giving a counsel to the superintendent. But that's what happens when you have a leadership. A leader is not, it comes with specific skill. Being a leadership is not like a decision. Leader is not a rank. You know, it's a choice. But how many of these people? And so here we are now. Actually, the superintendent is in a double trouble because seeing what is unfolding, these land authorities being dismissed, that enough of reasons of indictment. Joseph Boyka, President Boyka, is not going to put his political career or whoever recommended him, seeing all of the drama that unfolded to see what has happened. So it's just, and we are hearing so many information. Names start filtering, potential choice to replace him. Would that happen? We don't know yet. We're still holding to the breath. But this, he is working. He's literally on life support with his position as to whether he will retain that position, whether he able to go back to Grand to the administrative building here, based on what happens. So here we are. Now, we just received a video and 2 videos we're going to be shooting in here of Burkinabes heavily infested into the butchers in Grand County, in my own district, in my own corridor, in my own backyard. Let's watch this video and see how we got to this point and why. But this conversation 4, 5, 6 years ago, it was a race. We talked about it here. I brought him here. We interviewed him. But the conversation was always, oh, ECOWAS, we are in the ECOWAS people, so we cannot divide ECOWAS. But there was a hidden agenda. Let's watch this video of the presence of Burkinabes in the forest, in the bushes of Grandida County, and how dangerous it is.
Qui sont en PRD là. Voilà, donc voilà son population, son travailleur. On est rentré ici 2019. Voilà, donc c'est PRD qui est là. Voilà la population. Voilà nos dames et tous. À peine à ma tout. À peine où est collé. Il l'a voilà. PRD. Tout ça, c'est le travail de pierre. Le père reconnaît. Le gars tout velé, ça fait dans ma cuillère. Qui met tout à Saint-Natin, il l'a voilà.
How can you get these people out? The women, children, and I know they're making babies, they're crazy. They are in the bushes, planting cocoa, anything you think about. Already established, literally like a town or village in the bush. You tell me, look at those people. How can you get those people out? That's a very good question, Mr. Kromer. How did they get there? It's the same people. Let's watch the second video. And I hope people will call here, because when this thing started 5-6 years ago, we started these conversations. A team was set up, met the Ministry of Justice and all of that. And everybody was just like, but that's what happened when you have leaders, when you have people who just don't have their own people. Let's watch the second video, and I'll put the number out here. We're going to have a conversation.
Ouais, les femmes apprécient, on va vous mettre dedans, quoi. Ah, on dépasse 500 personnes, nous. Et tous les chiens là même, ils sont sortis de là. Que je vous montre présentement. La population du campement de Pierre. Tabalile moi. Voilà les femmes là, avec les enfants. Voilà, je pense que c'est là. Tu peux pas router maintenant. Ok. Ouais, c'est bon.
So, anybody in there, right? Do you see those people that are going to go back? They're going to go back to Burkina Faso? They can't. They have established city. They have built a village. They have built a town. They have built a city. Not in the town, they are in the bush, in the forest, they are there. And they're carrying on whatever they carry. And you have this guy giving these people 500 acres of land for whatever amount for 30 years. He ought to go Burkina Faso to pull, even Ghana to pull without market down. But this is so, it's just something very difficult to just wrap around your head to process as a normal person. And the thing is, most of these officials, people who are authority or policy makers, they were refugees before. They were in Ghana, they were in Nigeria, they were in Sierra Leone, they were in Cote d'Ivoire, all around. How many of our people, they're going to own a farmland? But again, we ourselves will brought it upon ourselves. Our own people, they all help to facilitate it. And I hope there will be a really good crackdown on these people. How it's going to be done, I don't know. The people, all their women, children, they get dogs, they get pets, and different pets. They're growing things. They build comfortable home for themselves. Can you get those people? Can they go back? And there's a danger for those that were in Africa, those that were still in Africa, those who remember the crisis in Africa when it came to the Burkinabes and that of the Ivorian themselves. We know. But let's bring you this news coming from La Côte d'Ivoire from our correspondent. I will be right back. Well, we just getting new from our Africa's Abidjan Bureau Chief Ben Tibet. The October 25th presidential elections, according to Ben, tomorrow the Ivorian Constitutional Council, a group responsible to validate electoral process, election results, or whatever it is from presidential election. The Ivorian Constitutional Council will validate the final results of the presidential elections. That is today. It's already the 4th of November. So it's we're going to be monitoring what's going to be coming out of La Côte d'Ivoire, according to what Ben is reporting. Lpr-Tv Abidjan Bureau Chief is reporting this evening that the Ivorian Constitutional Council will validate the results of the presidential election. That is today, already data in Ivory Coast, November 4th. We will keep monitoring, developing new. We don't know yet whether the results will be officially announced, but by virtue of what we are hearing, that the Constitutional Council will validate the result, clearly shows that could be perhaps decision process or who wins the elections. And we are getting information from all indication. Equipping President Alassane Dramane Ouattara is in the comfortable lead. He could be re-elected as the president of La Côte d'Ivoire for the 4th term. Wow. So that is quite interesting. So back to this story here, and I'm going to be putting the number out here. This is not just only Grand Gate affair. This is a concern. Other people rejected it not because they don't want them, but they were looking at the long-term security implications, but people didn't see it. But our own people, they all help, because if you live in the town, you are the town owner. If you decide to take these people, then it's on you. And now the little CFA they were taking, now they are feeling the heat, because these people now They are already there. Let me bring in LPR's analyst, political person. Tonight, Terry and myself are going to be a good guy because it's the night for the liberal. Okay. So I know the CDC people, they're going to get mad tonight. They are all freaking out. Breakable now is he can't just control it. But let me just bring in Terry. Terry, CDC is not coming back, period. CDC is not coming back. CDC is bad for the country. Dr. Waika is doing great. Everything is going well. He will be the next president after the 6th year. And maybe it will one we can Alassane Ouattara and change the constitution and take him for
you decide to run CDC stomach to neck, you know, breakable then.
I'm setting in for the liberal. That's what you guys do. I'm setting in for the liberal. So tonight is the liberal night. In as much liberal as we have to, this entire program is for the liberal. Okay, so CDC is not coming back. What we passed the last 6 years, it was enough, and they're not coming back. They're not going to come back. And era down way, look at Clary, where can rescue to you. I don't kind of think that you want
God, man, what's up, man?
You gotta get kept up.
Yeah.
Okay, Mr. Collins, good evening. Good to have you here. I hope you had a chance to reach out to your guy too as well, liberal, for the demise of his son. I don't know. I just posted. I'm not sure whether I never put that information in the chat, which is not good. I have to do that. But he lost his son yesterday. No, today is what, Monday? Yes. And so he gonna be off for for a couple of days, maybe a week to take care of business and all of that. We'll see how it played out. But good evening, welcome.
Yeah, man, Mr. So, good evening to the panel. I did reach out to Liberal, and me and him talked last night. And again, I want to officially extend my condolences to the bereaved family of the two family on this network, and we are greatly in sympathy to the family, and we mourn your loss, and we extend our heartfelt gratification, that God take charge and that you mourn your loss and your grievances. We are there with you. We want to share that feeling with you as well as you mourn your loss to the two family. And we say in our palam, we sorry.
Yeah. That's one of the irreversible things ever God has created. When you're caught, you just have to deal with it. There's nothing you can do about it. Yeah, that was on Thursday when he called. He got that news that he was sick, and he was spontaneous, But what was alarming, I was saying here, Terry, is things. It's just so. I mean, to have big medical facility that they don't even have an oxygen machine, that is concerning. So I don't know how people are managing it. What happens when 2-3 patients need oxygen? They don't have it. They were using Cali Hospital, transferring a young man to JFK. Cali said, well, before our oxygen can go, somebody got to stay in as a collateral because they want to make sure they have machine to come back.
That's very true, Mr.
So I don't understand. So why it should be like that?
That's just the wickedness of the people in the country, Mr. So. What else? The people wicked at all because this is the kind of bill they need to be passing in the country when they're passing other bills that are unnecessary. You're supposed to be talking about healthcare, giving people medication at a certain level, emergency like this. The hospital is supposed to be able to run the person test, admit the person right away, and then later on you can talk about all those things. Create the avenue for people to get insurance, first-hand treatment, before other things. I don't know why Liberia is just the leaders are wicked to their own people. And every now and then they come back to the same people, give them small money and ask them to vote them into power. They will say all the beautiful things when they come into power. They ride the most expensive cars. They live a luxury life. And this is not only this time around, but it's the same thing happened 6 years ago. The same thing happened in Madam Shirley's time. I was also a victim. I told you that I'll share my story here. So the medical facility in the country are not up to standard. And the government is not doing anything about it. And that is why most people are dying. They're not coming to these are the stories that some of the stories that the media is supposed to be running with. Unfortunately, they're not running with this story. They're either to Capitol building or to the executive mansion, because that is where they're going to get money from. But these kind of stories about the weird thing that happening in the country, they're not running behind those story then. The story that they want discuss every morning is politics, because they know when they lash at a government official or expose someone as a government official, they will be running on the media to get them money so that they can keep quiet. So the real news in the country that's supposed to be highlighted, they're not highlighting it. Do you know how many people dying from this kind of thing? You know, it's pathetic.
Sometimes it's just so discouraging, and they don't behave like a normal human being. And when these people are sick, they run to Ghana. I don't know why they are running there. Is it because they're afraid of death? But how many ordinary Liberians can afford to do that? When they call him that Thursday, there's a 3 hours different. I think we were like around 11, this and that. So they just called me, my son. And luckily now people have Sandway. I don't even like to look at the bottom part of my Sandway, because when you go to the bottom part, you can see all your remittances, the total amount. Sometimes you can want to cry, my man. I saw it the other day, you want to cry. If you go to the bottom, you can see the total. And when you're talking to Kelly, they said they were not putting him on here until they paid $250. So he's telling that money was wild. I don't understand why that is. And at the end of the day, they end up being referred to JFK to not get oxygen, Kelly pussy, where before you can go, somebody got to stay here to make sure to be in pawn or whatever it is until our oxygen machine can come back. Ambulance. Ambulance picking people up without oxygen. Is that an ambulance or what? I don't know.
That's what it is.
It's just bad. It's just bad. And I don't know why these things every day people saw it, seeing the people address it, people talk about it, and nothing is being done. Nothing. And to get us to be where we are. But I don't know. It's just so sad. It's just so sad. And you have people who do not have priorities, and that's why you see the whole politics thing is just a complete waste of breath. Now, the problems that are on the ground, people are not focusing on it. What they're focusing on now, the one that will come 3 years time. Meanwhile, people are dying. Things that needs to be fixed not being fixed. Politicians, as usual, they're bickering, they're arguing, but they are not even addressing the issue. But good to have you here. You saw the video about the Burkinabes? That Burkinabe people?
Yeah, so I think you guys were discussing it the last time, but
yeah, but I mean the video that I played, Jenna, you saw it?
Yeah, I saw the video with the protesters from Grand County.
No, I mean the Burkinabes are in the forest now, in the Grand. You didn't see that?
No, I didn't see that. I was seeing a video that you were playing with the protesters. That's the protesters I was looking at.
Yeah, okay, but that's the genesis of this whole thing. Let's take a look. I don't want you to talk with Africans. These are people that are living.
On est rentré ici 2019.
Look at the people there.
Voilà, donc c'est Lpr-Tv qui est là.
They and their family.
So men are
Burkinabes. They are Burkinabes. They are living southern and the bushes in Grand.
Voilà la population.
Wow.
Voilà nos dames et tous.
Wow. Yeah. See the one that went Jesse. I know that. I think they built football field all in that bush.
Appena matu. Appena we kole. Illa baro. Yade.
What?
You see the flag? That Labrador flag there, but I don't know where they get Burkina Faso flag too. It should be somewhere there.
Tout ça, c'est le travail de Pierre. Pierre reconnaît. Et bien tout veut ça fait dans ma cuillère. Qui met tout ça sans natin. Il l'a voilà.
Yeah, yeah. Since 2000, they've been still set up in Cameroon since then. So just imagine how many of them are born in that country. I mean, look at cities. I mean, they're in the bush. They're not in the city. The growing. Yeah, you see, that's an indicator. You see that one with the Fatima there. Okay.
Déjà commencé, hein. À la population de Pierre-Cros. Ouais. Ouais, les femmes apprécient, on va vous mettre dedans encore.
Those are the wives.
Ah, on dépasse 500 personnes. Et tous les chiens là même, ils sont sortis de là.
Que je vous montre présentement. La population du Cameroun de
moi. Voilà les femmes là, avec les enfants. Voilà, je pense que c'est ça. Faut pas rota maintenant. Ok. Ouais, c'est bon.
House in Tinnerville. Now, this is a fresh one that just came in today from my own district, from my own quarter. Now, can you get these people out, Terry? How do you get these people out?
Well, to get these people out first, it's very easy. The only thing is it have to be government G to G. That's all. It's just a simple thing. It has to be done G to G, government to government, and there has to be a negotiation for repatriation. Because if the people are in the country illegally without documentation, proper document, they can be transferred back home from G to G, or the government can give them, I don't know, if they can get if they can get maybe a resident, they can become resident based upon maybe they're seeking political asylum in the country because Burkina Faso, the guy that there, he forcibly removed somebody from power. That could be used too. Even though I know most of the Burkina B that came over there is there because they came to do mining from Ivory Coast. They could not even be Burkina B from Burkina Faso. They could be Burkina B from Ivory Coast because you guys share common border, with Ivory Coast and all of that. So I think it's just the migration. So depending on where they came from, there can be government to government negotiation as to what to do, and they can be treated as either refugees or they can be treated as illegal immigrants based upon what you intend to do as a government. But if I were the government, I would treat them, I would first want to know why have they migrated down there, and if it is illicit mining, then I can determine whether if they are illegal immigrants. If they came there because of some crisis and they're trying to look for means to survive or trying to find habitation, then we can treat them as refugees. But based upon the situation interval, you can decide. I don't know what the Foreign Affairs doing about it. I don't know what the Foreign Ministry is doing about it. I don't know what the government is saying and doing about it, because we must understand that Grand Nigeria is part of Liberia. You know, you cannot abandon one big major component of the country and allow this infiltration, because if these people decide to resist the government, it could be very detrimental for us. If they decide to resist, because they got a family, they got a wife, they got a children, and when it involves wives and children, then a man can become very aggressive. So you got to take time how you handle those people, because they come in full. They come with their wives and their children and all of that. So you got to find out what the loophole is coming from. You got to close the loophole, because that may not even be the beginning or the end. You know. So I think the government need to step in, the reputable people require for this particular stuff, the repatriation team, and they got the DR, what how they call them? They play that other guy.
L-Triparcy?
Yeah. L-Triparcy, yeah. So they can step in along with the Foreign Ministry and talk with Ivory Coast and talk with Burkina Faso based upon the G to G relationship, and we can find a way to repatriate them back to Ivory Coast based upon the agreement.
I don't know, because I don't know. This is just completely out of hand. These things you are being handled. Now, those kind of people, how are they're not in the thing is they're not in the city. I mean, they are not in the town with the people. The town people too should be blamed. I'm telling you, we fought this thing here, but you know, people, when you are not out, when you are not there, to the extent I can say, yeah, populated family lines being cut off, because some of us saw this thing, how dangerous it's going to be. But you know, people went down there for this whole money thing. People just gamble their lives for whatever thing. And I know these Burkinabes, they are very dangerous. They know what happened in Ivory Coast, where they Alastair and this whole thing. And some of those people, they came out, you remember, from Hellington. It was a serious issue.
Yeah.
And the reason some of those people, they couldn't go back to they couldn't go back to their country, because the way they came, they were contracted. They came as a people, came as all kinds of people. Remember, certain times I said it was subversive activity. People wanted to overthrow. Yeah, I'm telling you seriously. So those people, they know the thing that happened between they and Cote d'Ivoire, and our people there, they know the history, the behavior of those people. Though when you see those small children, and when you see them performing, when I even relocate animal, you wonder what their congresses, what they have. It can be just small thing that they buy. When you see the nose, everything all turn like this, they are dangerous people. Why are they not in the city? Why are the people brought them in? But it is our same old people. The same Ellis who had this thing here. This is the same guy 4 or 5 years ago. I have that video here. Oh, this is ECOWAS can't deny people this and that, and not just only him, the inhabitant. Because you who get your town, you who get your city, if you don't want stranger there, now that you don't want them. But why would they come? They have been reported. Now, first prince are going to be coming to you. They have killed more than 2, 3 people since 3 or 4, 5 Liberians in the bush for different. It is a small thing. Oh yeah. Those group down there. Now the people in the town. Can you force your people there? I mean, they are in the bush. They are in the bush. You live in the town. You able to send army there to go get those people? Do you have the resources to do that? Even in the meantime,
No.
before army people go there, you who get your time, you can't even go in. You can't go on the farm to do anything, because they already there. Then they put better position. But let me just bring in Prince Sharif here. Prince Sharif.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello.
Are you willing to go there to get those people out of our country?
Thank you, Mr. So thank you so much for the topic on our discussion. And let me say hi to the many listeners.
So
you know, there are few issues that we want to put out here. Liberia has always been the beacon of hope for all mankind. Reading from our history, how in fact the formation of our nation began and etc. We do not want to go into the civics part of it, but you know that Liberia has always been open to all. But there are a few things that we need to put out here that people need to understand. Mr. So, the nation and the world at large is faced with so many issues, especially with this issue of terrorism that today is disturbing, especially the Sahel region. You know of what is happening in Nigeria, you know of what is happening in Guinea, and we also know of what is happening in Ivory Coast. And these countries are very close border to us. Very, very close border. I mean, we can just close our eyes and go there, jump in and jump out. Now, there is a pattern that people need to understand. Why is it that always under the Unity Party administration that this issue continues to occur over and over and again? There is something that is going on, which maybe, if the time is given, I'm going to say here. Like you rightly intimated, under the leadership of Madam Ellen Johnson Sirleaf, in fact, what we saw was even more deadly, to the extent that our brothers, who are, the Burkinabes, they even ran people out of their own village. You know of that story. I'm not going to go in details, but you know of that story. There were people who were afraid to the extent that they had to take even the military to some extent, intervene. And at a certain point in time, the issue got quiet. And when His Excellency President Dr. George Manneh Weah took over, we saw, to some extent, there was a level of sanity there. And again, what we have observed again under this particular regime, we are seeing these people coming in their numbers. But here is the real issue that maybe some people don't want to talk. The senator of the county now, Honorable Zoe Emmanuel Pena, has a very, very big hand to play in this particular thing. From information that we have gathered from family, from friends, and from other sources on the ground, this man is in the business of recruiting these people from Ivory Coast to come and work on his farm, which is a known fact. The current superintendent of the county, also according to the information that we gather, before the whole, hula baloo, went to Ivory Coast and brought in about 36, according to the information that we have gathered, brought in about 36 Burkinabes to come and work on his farm. When people raise the issue there, in Grand Jide, again, because of their proximity to power, it's like nothing was said. And it's like these people continue to raise, the ordinary people continue to raise the issue. Because the thing that is happening is, these people, while it is true that they are our brothers, but they are carrying on, what is happening is real invasion, to the extent that the bush is becoming terrible. Our people can no longer go in the bush to even make their farm. They can no longer go in the bush to be able to do even their hunting. Because at the end of the day, they are afraid that they will be attacked by their brothers who are the Burkinabes. And unfortunately, the immigration boss, the authority there in Grand Jide County is doing absolutely nothing. Even the government of Liberia, let's just say the government of Liberia has not put up any statement. I don't know whether you have heard of any statement or you have read any statement from either the Executive Mansion website or anywhere concerning the presence of Burkinabes in Liberia. But for me, since I have been checking from the very inception of this particular incident up to now, I have not read a single statement from the government of Liberia about this issue of our brothers, that is the Burkinabes. And I think this thing is encouraged by the government, because these people that are there, yes, they are protected to some extent if they are maybe, victim of war from their country and leaving their country to come in another country. There are legal processes, like I said the last time on the show, the dad was vexed. There are legal processes that these people will have to go through in order for them to be able to be, resident, or whether be a refugee or whatever you would call them, to reside in another country. The first thing is the LRRC, That is the repatriation commission of our own, system. We have to take the data of these people, know how they are coming in, and etc. But unfortunately, that is not happening. Let me agree that these people are coming in to be able to work, that they are coming in to do some work, or to work on farms or what have you. Let us ask ourselves, are these people coming in with the requisite permit? Are they recorded at the immigration in those areas? Or are they just coming in because somebody went across the border and say, well, let these people come in? How are they coming in? We are concerned. But it is unfortunate. This government does not care about the safety of the Liberian people. We continue to say, sometimes when we say it, people think that it is politics that we are playing, but this is the reality. We are not only thinking about Liberians, but we are thinking about the life of our brothers, the Burkinabes. We are also thinking about them because this thing has a propensity to make the people to erupt into a complete confusion, and anger will erupt. And these people, when they jump in the bushes, remember, I don't care how you are sophisticated, but that bush is not your bush. The bush is for the Liberian. They know it better than you know it.
Thank you so much.
So that's the reason why we continue to call the government. But unfortunately, the government doesn't care about the people welfare. And they are playing politics with this. But we want to use your podium, we want to use this medium to call on the government to take the necessary measure to save our people and also to save those who are in the bushes, the Burkinabes. Because our people in the villages, they are abandoning the villages. Like you are saying, they are afraid. But thank you, Mr. So, and if the need be, maybe we will call later to put in some points. But thank you, sir.
Yes. You agree with Esther? Esther said Joseph Barker should go get there.
I will agree with her. I will agree with her because you'll be speaking figuratively. I will agree with her because Mr. Boeka is the president of the Republic of Liberia, the commander-in-chief who put in place the program to ensure that these people are protected and that our people are safe and secure. So I will agree with her. Figuratively speaking, I will agree with her, sir.
Okay. Prince Sherry, the chief propaganda missionary of the CTC. Oh my goodness. Okay, Terry, man. Yeah,
Prince Sharipa, when he can't, he just accuse people with no facts, no nothing. He just says stuff, which is fine. That is right. He got a right to say to his opinion, but people take you serious when you can produce evidence, when you can produce facts. You're accusing Zoe Manuel Peno of bringing in a list Burkinabe to the place. You get proof to prove that a member or somebody there. But yeah, so Mr. So I think it's all part of the government approach. The government need a holistic approach on this matter, and I think they're going to take it into consideration.
It's off their hand now.
Yeah, but that was issues that were under CDC government. They just said they're not handle it, and
CDC.
Yeah, Ellie, Ellie and the Grand didn't have problem. They had some kind of chimney. They had that way back history. So I didn't expect Ellen, even though she did some things for Grand, but I really did not expect her to do any major thing for them. But I expected for George Weah, former president, with the Grenadian voting for him consistently from 2005, I expected for him to have done something about it. But during his regime, that was when these people came in more and they settled. And they did not do anything about it. Then Prince Sherry coming here talk about Joseph Boga, blah, 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 all the kind of things that they kind of talk about with Joseph Boga. They've been in power for 1 year, 9 months. And these things are coming up. And once these things are being highlighted and the media carrying it, this government will address it. I am convinced that this government will address it.
Terry, I wouldn't be surprised because the other day when hosted the representative here, he's talking about over 2,000 or 3. I wouldn't be surprised some of these people voted in these end elections.
There's a possibility.
Especially yeah. For this sort of huge number of people,
CDC government registered it.
Rescue 2 is in the house. Rescue 2, welcome.
Hey, CEO, how you doing?
Okay, now, oi. Well, yeah, man, by the way, Tabata, look at it. Oh my God, you a mess. Yeah, never want to rescue two car. Okay, look, Clarence, man, this thing here, it look like I don't know how we can find this thing. It's sad to see what is happening.
See, in the meantime, I sent my sympathy to the two family. I called him yesterday.
Oh, okay, that's good.
To deliver yesterday. He's so sad. Yeah. Talking about 40-year-old man, not even a child again.
Yeah, woman,
it's a sad condition.
Yeah.
But on the issue of the Burkina Bees, there, sometimes they say truth can be there. Sometimes you want to steal the lie out, and there can be no space for the lies. I listened to one of the others, the last time from Banjira on the interview. He said one of the districts in Israel, in Banjira, that the Burkina Bees are not really in is Tuzon, around our Tuzon area there. And he said because of the people from that side, they are more traditional. Because of the Burkina Bees, they are not much in our area. They are not even in that Tuzon area, which is come from the Zopena area. So for politics, because Zopena is no more supporting CDC for them to come out and say that Zopena is doing it, it's sometimes sad. And in front of the Burkina Bees in that country, it's a serious security threat in our area. Because if anything break out over there, people will not look at the way the people coming in there. When the citizens begin to move on there, the next thing I will happen to say that the Burkina Bees are in Liberia, and they are being attacked, or they are being maltreated. And look at the number, because I listened to a guy from the Banjira the other time. He said there are more than 40,000 Burkina Bees in our place. So how did people come in? Because the Burkina Faso don't have common boundary with Liberia. These people passing through Africa to come in.
They're from Africa. These people, they were in Africa. They will create a problem with from Alassane. Some of them couldn't go back. So they get
leaving Africa to just be coming in.
Exactly.
Looking at what happened in Ghana when the Burkina Bees were in Ghana. And the Ghanaians draw them from Africa, leaving Africa. Then because Africa is pushing the people to up because they don't want them, then we are accepting them in the sense that because we want money, I guess a serious security threat, not only to Guantanamo, for the entire country.
Yeah, Clarence, to be fair, our people embracing, they welcome them. They're not every quarter. They're not every section thing. There are some towns, there are some villages that they don't want them at all. But my area, our area there, the phase there, the opening of a Grand Gita, the Bazon district bell there, the BI bell there, that's where the problem, because these people, they all have, because like I said, you the town owner. If you don't welcome stranger, I mean, not to say welcome, if you're not certified who the stranger, who they are, what they represent, if you don't want them, they will not be there. But once you host in, the government, they're nothing, because they came, you start doing everything. And it's all about money, because this guy, this gentleman here, they are being told, whatever billionaire or millionaire or whatever it is, he can't just waste the CFA. And so people here just went big, and they were just giving things without them even thinking that there will be a tomorrow.
Yeah, but Mr. So the father, the matter, the situation with the Guanchida is not only people only looking at many Nigerians being quiet because only Guanchida be affected and they are not looking at their own counties. I can remember last year, they see here, they were around Bon County and one of the Burkina Bees were down there, can't eat less money. And it says it right behind them. He beat Bon County. So the people looking at this and say, oh, because it's one Gina problem, it's not one Gina problem. A country is not for right alone. And we study now the people are getting, and the people are not only, they are not only coming, the pony by our sister, then are down there too. They are family. So at the end of the day today, they will say, oh, then 1 year that my son-in-law to go by will not be easy. Because if you are telling them to go by, you are telling him to go by with a children and wife. Yes. What about them not get married to any our sister over there?
You and your sister will be the first to jump on you to fight.
So it's a very difficult situation. And my second point then is the issue of the protest yesterday by the Madino people in Gakine that they were holding colors in their hand, saying Allah Kula, looking at the statement from the US government related to Nigeria. But in Nigeria, they had a Muslim group and a terrorist group that killing the Christian over there. And these Madingo people have colors in their hand yesterday and say protesting 20 people live in Monrovia yesterday. I don't see a mere way for our country. If you have problem with the government, take it in the manner, but not to be holding colors and challenging the law enforcement that y'all going to kill people yesterday. I don't think we're fair to the country. Especially when Donald Trump talking about deploying the US troops in Nigeria to fight the Boko Haram. It's not good for our country. People dressing the Muslim, holding colors and dragging it on the floor, and 20 lives in our country yesterday. I don't think we're fair for our country, Mr. Joe or Mr. So.
I mean, absolutely. This sort of warlike, this thing we saw this thing. The end result cannot be good, and that's what happens when these things start. It must be put to a halt. It's wrong. It's unacceptable. People should be able to express, should channel their grievances through the right process, and not to take warlike material and then you have dominion and you can create fear into people, knowing our country, where we came from, people still not even properly rehabilitated. That's one of the problems we have. People that went through this process, they never got the counseling that they needed, they never get the help that they did. You see some people behaving, they are not just in control of themselves. You know, they are not of themselves. They're not as normal as you and myself, who will have a second thought, think over something before their action is performed, before that sort of or sadness and recovery process, and before they can come to themselves. And that's one of the reasons. So I don't think it's normal, and hopefully the government will address that. The problem is just enormous, man. It's too much.
The country had a serious problem, CEO, because in all of this thing happening, then we're talking about one job in the country. If investors will see they kind of violent up in the street and start carrying that money in the country. It is a serious situation in our country.
Yeah.
Thank you for the show, CEO.
Okay, well, we'll keep having these sort of conversations, whether people will like it or not. But it's okay. So Terry, let's look in your playbook now. Let's play this guy something here. You know, people. Another thing. Women pay his farewell speech. I don't understand where he was going with this thing here, but let's listen to it a little bit.
Last year, we took office in a very difficult situation. This ministry, and this is not an indictment on past leaders or past management teams, but it was just a circumstance that we believe was system-wide across government. This ministry has been one of the least decentralized of public institutions in our country. And so we took upon the responsibility, though it seemed impossible with limited resources, to establish county offices. And we started that by recruiting, how many did we recruit? 30 personnel for our county office.
Terry, complete nonsense. Complete nonsense. It's not going to make a difference. When you are fired, it's not a keynote speech. You're not giving an annual report. The time to outline whatever achievement you decentralize, you centralize, and whatever, that time has passed. And somebody telling me, say, when the president fire you, when you are fired, be gracious and go. The probability of you being called into a different area is most likely. But when you start running your mouth like a little chihuahua, you get yourself into big trouble. And that's exactly what he is doing. You're not going to get keynote speech. They're not address. You're not having a major conference. All you just want to do, all you're supposed to do that, Mr. President, thank you for according me the opportunity to serve the people. It was good. It was a great experience. Thank you for allowing me to serve my people. That's it. All the one you're talking to who they're, well, you're not going through confirmation. So I don't know what the heck he was talking about.
Yeah,
when he knows what got him to that point.
But yeah, I agree with you. He didn't need to say anything over there. He needed to say something to the media. But
you don't even back. You don't need to speak to. The more you speak to the media, you indict yourself. You get yourself into trouble, because that's what the media allows. Because and most people, and that's what they do. And I was talking to a former government official, the former Senator then, John G. Ramsey, right? He said when Turbo fired him as superintendent for the county, he didn't know. He thought that was the end of it. So what he did was, he was very magnanimous. He was very gracious to the president. And the letter the president said, I call you, you have served a long in the public sector. I want you to go into the private sector. And guess what? What they told him? They took him to Lamco. So where they want to from superintendent to where you are going, you are going to get more. Because when you start talking, you start talking plenty. People come and put finger in your throat, and you want to start talking. He's getting emotional and all the kind of thing. That's nonsense. You know, the time passed. The old man already made a decision. They already finished putting somebody there. They're not confirmation for people to go into their chambers to say, I think yesterday he was not looking good, but today he's persuasive in his argument. He's not going to do something, and he knows that. By allowing those Chinese to go through the inspections of the mining and all of those kind of things, literally awarding the contract, when he knows very well it is Uncle said from time immemorial, geologists are the one that are taking it to allow those people to come. You are getting on the toes of Uncle Sam, and when you get on the toes of the Uncle Sam, what they're going to do? They're going to incite their wrath on you indirectly through the government.
My own thing here,
the discovery of Boxer and all of those things, and Boxer is how valuable it is. The things that can
my own thing here, Mr. So I'm not against the president firing somebody. The only problem I have with the president's decision is that this man is part of the party. You want to fire him, it's good, but do it professionally. Just how you did your cousin or your nephew. Call the man, tell the man, say, my man resign, or I will fire you. If the man defy you not to resign, then you fire him. But from what the man explained, the man he was fired on notice. And I get it. The scenario you gave with the superintendent is fine, but was the superintendent part of the party, the how you call it that time? The Turbo President Turbo party, or was he just handpicked President Turbo? There were certain people in President Turbo government, Mr. So, he could not just fire. He could not fire.
Yeah, it's the thing. Let me go to the line. Dr. Toto?
Yeah, sir.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm okay. How you guys doing? Good there.
We're okay. How are you doing?
Yeah, I'm okay.
Okay, let's hear you.
Yeah, okay. I've been following the discussion, the issue of Weber Pay, from the call it. Was my condolences to labor and family. I gave you a call, but you didn't pick up, so I know so that difficulties for somebody to pick a call. But we see how they show the last force of the issue of Weber Pay, where Weber Pay will allow the CDC mentality to get you here, and you will say it that's about to say. And to be fair, for the reliable sources, people that are very close to powers, and the decision of Weber Pay, there was not a closed door discussion with him. But Weber Pay, because he feared that he wanted a hurricane in the Unity Party and they make the government elected, and with his Democratic background also too, he think he cannot be dismissed or probably shaped around. Now that's that mentality. He came up with another discussion on the background, the way in which we approaching some of the concession agreement kind of set up better steel. Along with other things that he was advised also many occasions by the president and by the top hurricane. He could not listen. So it was not like he just got fired and brought it that he understood what was coming away. He didn't want to take heed to it. Even the vice president, from a reliable source, the vice president invited him. They have a closed-door discussion also on the issue. And he would not want to say, start a believing. Weber Pay, he would think that he would be a political rival under the government. He would not want to sit quiet. You will speak on a lot of issues that he there about involvement in the government, about what transpired, what he will come in a way that he want to approach it. That's not going to happen. And it will hurt him. If you think the opposition will take it to glorify him based upon his UP mentality he came from, he just hurt it himself. If I were here, like you say, right, you better dismiss, you better fire, whatever you call, just play low, keep quiet, you don't know what they're for you. You're always on UP, got to the higher level, just play low and see how things going to work out. But if you keep talking the way you want to talk, that you give your speeches, you want to get about what happened in the ministry that decentralized, all those people don't want to hear anything.
Bullshit.
You good. That's the point I want to say.
I mean, that's it.
Yeah.
I mean, he allowed things to happen. They fire you, you fire man. Go.
Yeah,
just tell
fire.
the president, thank you. We are available anytime for reassignment. That's it. But when you start talking plenty, you start doing things now like some kind of sassy woo. Can be both. They're not gonna do it. I mean,
Mr. So the president said, you're talking
about, yeah. Huh?
When he fired you from his government, nobody will talk to him, he will listen to bring you back. And the president also said he's not reshuffling. He said when you can't perform, he will fire you. That was the decision. That is what he said during a cabinet meeting. So when the president, but that's what I'm trying to tell you. He's not a kind of talk about like people, what you talking about, like Madam Sally then, they will take the other person, move them from here and send them here. They're not how that man looking like he's going to take action on you when he fire you. When
Terry, even the women fire, women not bring back. Women pay in for the party
But
line.
that's what I'm trying to say.
If for the party line, you should look at for that perspective first. You need the party but come back again another four. If you do anything if you denigrate the party and the government, it will hurt you. That's what we're trying to say.
So how the man was survive that? Like God, Mr. So say maybe if you get a man some kind of contract.
Yeah, it's the piece, Mr. Collins, you're going to come in. Yeah, it's the piece he will not pay me. And that's why when you feel that you feel like you are an island, then you screwed up. He knows his history. He knows what happened, what the date. There was some really insider of Unity Party that was hurt because of the action. The old lady can't take prisoner, right? The suspension of the old lady and all of those people, there was some party Tariki were banned, not contesting. He left the party, went to the late cassette. What happened? He came back, he was accepted because, smart guy and all of that. So when you see those kind of things happening, when you come now, you got to walk a fine line. If you think that you are a Goliath and you just want to do stuff, so there are some people. We can be in a group here, we can be an organization. There are some people who envious you because of X, Y reason. They don't want to see you because when you are there, they feel that you occupy their spotlight. That you occupy their spotlight. They will come, they will drink, they will have a fun time, but deep down, you know what? Man, they Terry Mayor, Dr. Toto, myself, Terry, they sold me some kind of way. The men are correct. The men are do that. Then they cut it down. They cut in the wire. Women pay them there's something. The way they did to Tabo still a game changer. Tabo still can press button. And there were some people, some staff of United Party were banned under the why when he was Secretary General. You think those people now, you think they forget? No. He left the party and they were able to reconsider. He was accommodated and given a sort of position. So if you and people do that route, then you need to kind of like be, something. But I don't think that was happening.
Mr. So I totally agree with you. But in the kind of political system that we work in Liberia, that is highly corrupt, and there are a lot of shenanigans that go on in the hierarchy, a minister in that position, most of that who have been with the party for that long and know the in total of the party, rose to that position in the party and in the government of the party. You have to be careful how you treat them. That's my position.
You're probably not even looking. Let me just tell you, these are unconfirmed reports that were coming, but they're not going to come out. And I give a little hint here, but maybe you didn't get it. The idea of women pay, allowing the Chinese that are going to take over
what you said. Yeah, yes. That was not good for him.
That is a serious concern to Uncle Sam. Yes. Especially where there's some bobside and all of that. Bobsides, they use this thing to face bomb and some heavy, big things.
Yeah, but the thing was,
if you look at the history from time immemorial, how you call it? Say this? How you call this group here? They are always the geological group from the U.S. They are always, when it comes to this, and they are the only one. They are the people that are going to go do this inspection, do survey, and stuff like that. But to turn around, they said, no, this guy here. And you listen, even in a press conference, not this one, when you're talking about that thing, American. Now what? Look, when you talk too much and you don't know what to say, you're in a crowd, you want to do your talking during the darkness where nobody recorder is on. Nowadays, everybody in the parliament, everybody recorded system. That was a problem. You think where the woman gone, we don't want to talk. But he saw his days coming. That alone, that's a serious security concern. No, do you think America want to go into a competition with China? Absolutely not.
Obviously, Mr. So China.
You think Liberia going to put China first, then America? No way. That's not going to happen. That's not going to happen. So,
and I think, like I was saying, I was even saying that the last time, the whole yellow machine saga that we just seen dying down, from the moment the Americans started to get closer to the president, that whole thing Jeremiah went on just start questioning. Up to now, we can't hear no tape from the whole yellow machine thing. Because you can't be dealing with Donald Trump and be dealing with China. No. So, but many people not understanding it from that perspective. They just jumping all over the place. Oh, the yellow machine. We're going to the yellow machine. But the thing here is that you can't be dealing with America and be dealing with China. You all got to see about how you discuss it. Now we're seeing the detour of the president to France. Those are the kind of people that you can be dealing with.
We'll see what happens. We want to know as time goes by. The invitation. France now too is interested with that whole box out. They know what come out of it. That's a really.
Burkina Faso cut France off. What you think? Look at how they treated the president in France. They gave the president first-class treatment. That tell you that, hey, Burkina Faso, we have to replace. In the meantime, while we're negotiating for Burkina Faso, fighting to do what we got to do to secure ourselves, let's look for a substitute. So JMB now could fit in the place of Burkina Faso and exploit that opportunity that France is coming with, if you really understand what France is looking for. Because power is leverage. That what it is. The people don't like you, that what they're treating you nicely. No, they want something. France have a deficit that they have to recover.
What we have in our country, if our leaders are far-sighted, if they think wise and make wise of it, it could be fun. But whether they will do it, that's another.
JMB is a smart old man who put his hat on and bent it down, and I like he's seeing anything. But Mr. So, I think the old government is making some great move. And if you know, that's what he's saying. The foreign minister is smart. That's one of the things that will help him. She understands the diplomatic language and how to the innuendos and all that kind of thing. So she might be able to, because there are some things that Macron and him will discuss behind the scene. You and I are not going to hear about it. But at the end of the day, whether if they're able to factor into curtail the narrative to change the trajectory, but that could be a millstone breakthrough for Liberia, you know, and many things could get done. But I think Wilmot Pay caught between the scissors, and he had to be sliced. The only thing is, the only thing I would think is that
some bitterness within the United Party, and they were consolatory. They brought him back and gave him such a high-profile position. When such a thing happened, go in your share and do what you're supposed to do. You know, because if you don't want to be dismissed, probably if you wanted to be a Highlander, if you are sick, if you are for elected position, not appointed position, because as long as you are appointed, you are liable to be dismissed as well.
But he went for the elected position, he didn't make it.
I know, yeah, that's what I'm saying. See, he didn't get it, then you will know that something not right. So, and that was probably that would have been because he's a loud mouth guy too, who can talk, who know what happened.
That's what I'm saying.
I knew they better go are going to be losing, you're going to cut the road some kind of way. Anytime we just didn't know when that.
But that man, he ready to talk, he will talk. That man, I know that man. That man will talk.
Okay. You know,
if they don't
continue,
you see, I mean,
in the whole Sahel region, you know, the geopolitics play a lot. You see, the first class welcome that GMB got in France. That speak a whole lot of volume. If you look at that whole,
I mean, you know what I mean? To get boxer in your country, shit. There are plenty things involved.
Yeah, because look at that whole region, the France of the year Mali. All the places is completely disrupted now because they don't want to see the French in those places. So now Liberia now is one of the spotlight that they are seeing. With a U.S. huge presence in Liberia. So you see the trajectory changing. That's how GMB get out of a high profile work in France. And the geopolitics will play into it. In the mining sector, you know, key issue in Liberia. They don't want to get somebody to be the obstacle to their or in Liberia. Right. They won't pay one of the guys, you know. In fact, if they're very obstacle, like I said, the vice president, they call this man on the county level, on the tribal level to talk to him to advise him on some of the things, but he couldn't listen. And about two Terry on the same party now. We want to left the Unity Party, he went joined the Lake Cassia, and we saw what he did. When Cassia died, and no people here don't know about that party again that he went to, he came back to the Unity Party. So he have a history of him.
Yeah, but Dr. Toto, the man was important. That is why he went back to Unity Party. Unity Party accepted him. Unity Party gave him one of the most powerful positions in the country. To be Minister of Mines and Energy, that's not a small position. So it tells you that the Wilmot Pay was the party secretary general for many years. So he have a lot of party secrets.
Hello? 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 Crazy. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so he have a lot of party secrets. He got a lot of things on his docket that he know about the party that when he begin to speak about it, you know, it could shift because you must not negate propaganda in politics. We got a familiar parable that says if the alligator or the fish come from the river and tell you the alligator is this, you will believe it. So what Wilmot Pay now, if Wilmot Pay is abandoned, which I doubt they would do or they will want to do, there's a possibility when the opposition get hold of him, he could tear down a lot of things. And whether you overlook it or not, He knows a lot. All right. So he been in the party for many years. He came back.
Hello?
You gave him a ministerial position. The position he held, not small position.
Hello?
So if he starts saying some stuff, how can you defend it? How can you say he's lying? You know? So, and in politics in Liberia, the first news that the people hear, the first bad news that the people hear, that's the one they run with. Before you come back to reconsider it to counter, nobody got time to listen to what you're going to clarify. They will run with the first news, the first bad news that land, and what they will run with. So I think United Party got to get upset. If Women pays a nice guy, what you can do, even if you fire him, it's okay. He don't know the job. He messed up. He did something, but you fire him. Okay, call him. There are contracts. There are government contracts. A lot of different things. Women pay can organize, write a proposal, get some kind of plan, business plan, put forth to the government, and they feel it from a different angle. And that's it. Let Amin Boda here today. You can hear Amin Boda.
Yeah, he's gone quiet. The possibility after 1-2 years they can throw into some kind of public corporation, you gotta some kind of pay or both something. So sometimes you just gotta okay, Matari. Thank you very much. We're gonna close it up here this evening, and by God's willing, so we will be back yet. We will still keep in prayer our guy, the Liberal Progressive. It's a tough one. We announce once the funeral date has been outlined, we have it published. But for now, we don't know yet. But the body was officially transferred today. What we know and we can say. But family discussing to see when the young man will be laid to rest. But thank you very much, and we'll see when we see you again in tomorrow.
Esther say what, a boxer? The people ain't say boxer. Say like bro have found boxers in 2025. She said the boxer.
Boxer. That's right. Yeah, and that's
what she's trying. I just joking, man. Esther, don't worry.
I join him. We are trying to make them feel good with their tabata tonight. So he thinks then I try to make it liberal to feel good. Tabata, what you gonna be?
Yeah, we're missing liberal tonight. Okay, Mr. So good night.
Thank you so much, Terry. Thank you for coming in. Okay, folks, that does it this evening. I want to thank you so much. By God's willing, we'll be back here for more information. Until then, I am Afonso Z, and so have a pleasant evening. Bye-bye.